Welcome back students. This is our last and final unit of English and business communication, and that is language study. Okay, it is very easy and it is more of practice, but still this is very essential as well. Okay, because in this section we have comprehension of unseen passage, and the second section is about grammar. Okay, and that is nothing but what is synonym, what is antonym. Okay, as you all are aware of these words, you have already studied it, but still we have this in syllabus, and this portion basically comprehension of unseen passage. If you will observe it, no, it is there for you in 10th standard, it was there for you in 12th standard, it is included in this semester as well. Okay, and if you will go for any MPSC, UPSC examination or any competitive examination, NET, SET, there as well we have a fixed portion for this kind of a syllabus, that is comprehension of unseen passage. Okay, now you must be wondering, okay, even if this is a same pattern, why are they being included again and again? Because this comprehension part, no, this is very essential to understand, to assess the personality of a student. Okay, because when you have reading habit, no, you can understand this in a in-depth way. Okay, because sometimes the comprehension of unseen passages, it varies with the level of understanding. Okay, it varies. When you have a comprehension of unseen passages in 10th standard, it must be easy, but when it has for MPSC examination or for NET SET examination, the level of that passage would be difficult one. Okay, so for example, here what is assessed in this particular part is how you are reading. Okay, and what are the different elements you are looking at when you read a particular unseen passages. Okay, so we have two types of reading: intensive reading and extensive reading. For example, we read a lot. Okay, and reading is very powerful habit to make you aware about the different things. Okay, for example, we read newspaper for general knowledge. Okay, and we read notices for doing certain things. For example, if you happen to go to a railway station, we read different notices, but that reading is different because that is a extensive reading, and we read to get information. Okay, and sometimes we read to get a knowledge, that is in-depth reading. Okay, and that comes under intensive reading. Okay, for example, when you read a particular passage, it has different connotation. Okay, as per that connotation you will have to derive the meaning of particular word. For example, even if, for example, we have taken the one example, if you remember in earlier classes when we dealt with the communication aspect, where we have taken the example leaf is laid. Okay, and what is the connotational meaning of leaf is laid? Ki food is served. Okay, food is served. This is not something ki leaf is laid, ki leaf is there and you have to take out that leaf. No, what is the cultural meaning of leaf is laid is ki food is served and now you need to go and have some delicious food. Okay, and to understand this part, leaf is laid, we should know the cultural aspect of that particular region as well. Okay, and then only you can decode this particular meaning. Okay, so it is not easy. Okay, sometimes when you read a novel, it has a particular plot. Okay, and accordingly you will have to derive the meaning of that particular word. In English, one particular word has different multiple meaning as such. Okay, but what is fit as per that theme of that particular passage is very essential when you derive a meaning and when you come at any conclusion. Okay, and that's why the comprehension of unseen passage is very essential, and there are techniques before reading this comprehension of unseen passage. This is not just for sake of examination and for getting the marks. Even when you read a particular syllabus, when you read a novel, when you read a story, these are the techniques you should follow when you are following this method. Ki when you read a particular paragraph, no, there should be sometimes it needs to be read for a general purpose to derive information, and if you want to take a knowledge, you should have that attitude ki then you need to look different aspects, okay, different connotational aspect, okay, denotational aspect. Denotation is like just something ki what this word derives, okay, what this particular word is denotes. For example, when you talk about in Marathi we have a particular that is बाळाचे पाय पाळण्यात दिसतात, so okay, and in English we have the different structure of this particular sentence, that is the child is the father of man. And when you think about the child is the father of man, and when you denote it without understanding a culture, what is the translation would be like, the child is the father of man, okay. So that is like a completely a negative meaning as such, okay. So for understanding the child is the father of man, you need to understand a culture, okay. And when you read a particular passage, what is the theme of passage, what is the message that the writer wants to portray through this message, you need to focus on these elements, okay. This too we are talking about general, but when you read a comprehension of unseen passage and when you talk about syllabus, this is very easy. These are the techniques key. You need to focus on difficult words, okay. Read it twice, thrice, okay. When you read, analyze the words, okay. And first and foremost essential part is that first you need to understand the theme of that unseen passage. Once you understand that this is the theme, then you can solve all the question, okay. But again there can be a difficult words as well, okay. And for that you need to build a reading habit, okay, because the reading is very essential. In Marathi we have wachal tar wachal, and in English reading is the best source to get motivated, okay. And through reading you can be a powerful person, okay. Once you stop reading, you can be there won't be any improvement in your life, okay. So this is something you should understand when you solve comprehension of unseen passage, okay. We have taken a specimen here, and this is very easy for the examination, so it would be very easy for you, okay. So the comprehension of unseen passage, what is this? Floods, earthquakes, droughts, cyclones, tsunamis, etc. are natural disasters, and there is no fixed time for these disasters, okay. Again I will tell you, even if you are not getting it in this online platform, even if the words are not clear, don't focus on this passage, because this passage will not going to come in the examination. This is just we are taking a specimen, and I am just telling you how to solve the answers from comprehension of unseen passages, okay. And what is the word comprehension? Comprehension is to understand the meaning of that passage, the theme of that passage, and once you have understood the theme of the passage, then to half work is done, okay. So here what is important here is that, see, this particular line talks about natural disasters, okay. So even if there are something, the difficult word is there, and if you don't know what is drafts, okay, if you don't know what is cyclones, okay, so you should be concluding by these word ki these are the natural disasters, okay. And then accordingly you can derive the meaning, okay. There are some elements when you read a novel, so you will come up with lots of thousands of difficult words, and it is very tedious for you to come up with dictionary and to look into dictionary every time. So what are the benefits and what are the techniques when you imply, no, how can you build your vocabulary by understanding the plot. When you understand the plot, you can derive the meaning of each and every difficult words. Okay, when there is like once you understand the theme and the plot of the particular novel or particular story, you can derive the meaning. Okay, because just recitation of word is not necessary, because it will be reserved for your passive memory. Okay, usage is very essential, and active usage is, and when you read it you can understand it. Okay, so these are the techniques when you solve these type of unseen passages. Okay, so there is no so it talks about natural disasters, and there is no fixed time for these disasters. Right now also we are facing this pandemic. Okay, it wasn't predicted before ki in 2021 there will be a pandemic which will leave which will be very dangerous for all of us. Okay, but this is the most important thing ki there is no fixed time for these kind of disasters. Okay, and thousands of lives are lost and property worth several thousand crores of rupees is destroyed on account of these natural disasters every year, because we cannot control nature. Okay, and if the nature is almighty, and we will have to adjust with the nature. Okay, so even if you have so powerful, you cannot control the pandemic within a fraction of second. Okay, so these are the diseases caused by the forces of nature and are unpredictable. Man has no control over these disasters. Over the years, the technological development has enabled man to check some of these natural disasters. Okay, so we have taken a small portion of the passage, and when disaster strikes, it does not discriminate between rich, poor, classes and masses, men and women. Everyone is prone to lose everything he or she has, and natural disaster therefore is human problem. Okay, so once you have understood the theme, this particular paragraph is focusing on a natural disaster, and after understanding it, if you find it this is difficult to read twice, thrice. Okay, even if you feel that there are certain words I am not understanding, so please write it down. Okay, and again read it. Then ultimately once you get a conclusion this is the theme of this passage, then try to solve the question. Okay, and what kind of the question would be asked? Okay, what is the central idea of the passage? So we have already talked about what is the central idea, ki how natural calamity cause the lives of thousand people and property as well. Okay, so this is the central idea of the passage. And then the next question would be, what damages are caused by these natural disaster? So when you even if you can go through again through passage. Okay, so this is the answer. Thousands of lives are lost and property. Okay, so property and thousands of lives are these are the causes that are due to a natural disaster. Okay, so like these questions would be asked in the examination. And then the next question is, what causes the natural disasters? So natural disasters are caused by the forces of nature. Okay, so we do not have any control on these forces of nature, and that's why these are going to happen. Okay, and there can be a different questions regarding antonyms and synonyms, that those are related with these paragraph. Okay, and that won't be indirect. Okay, it will be key. Once you understand the theme, you can understand this what is natural. Okay, you can understand what is lost, because thousands of lives are lost, no? So you can understand what is the meaning of lost. Lost is something that cannot be found. Okay, so what is the antonym of the lost? Found. Natural, unnatural. And problem, these are the problem. So what can be the antonym for it? That is solution. Okay, so these are the techniques when you are solving the unseen passages. Okay, so you need to understand what is intensive reading, what is extensive reading. You need to understand what is reading between the lines. You need to understand the cultural meaning of particular sentence. What we have taken ki there are two types of reading. When you read for the general purpose, when notices are there, when you want to go for any traveling purpose, okay, so there are notices ki this bus will come at 3 p.m. okay, it does not require too much attention, okay, because that is just information, and you can just simply get the information by reading that particular notice, okay. But when there are passages are there, when there is a story, okay, so one line has different interpretation, okay, and it needs to be interpreted according to theme of that story, okay, because it has a cultural and it has a connotation, okay. Contextual meaning is something very essential, okay. The same word can be used in a different context and the same word has different meaning when it has been used in a different context as such, okay. Because when we talked about leaf is laid, I told you already ki leaf is laid is something when you understand it, when you culturally decode it, this is not something ki just leaf is laid, but this is something ki you should go and have a delicious food. And the second, the child is the father of man. The child is the father of man. When you understand it without understanding a culture, without understanding a connotational meaning, it has zero value, because the child is the father of man. What is this? Nothing is there. But when you comprehend it, no, when you understand it, then it has a profound meaning as such. And what is profound meaning is that ki the child is the father of man, is that ki when you understand the behavior of child, when you understand the attitude of the child, you can determine his future, okay. You can determine that this will be the biggest man in the future, okay. Because when you talk about Ramayana Mahabharata, we have understood that Sri Krishna will be almighty, okay. Why? Because he has that kind of attitude, okay. Even when you talk about any successful man, they have that attitude, okay, and people can recognize कि this person after 20 years will be completely different, okay. These are the connotational meaning, okay. And when you can derive, when you understand it, when you comprehend it, okay. So these are the techniques. When you use your rational thinking, then you can come at this type of conclusion, okay. So we have these intensive and extensive reading, scheming, okay, eye span. For example, some types of reading requires a short eye span, okay. For example, any notices, but some types of reading requires a good eye span, okay. Your rate of reading will be assessed through this. Because when you don't understand a particular passage, the whole message can be misinterpreted, and when author writes something, it has a particular intention, and once the author has written a particular textbook or particular story, now it is up to reader how they can take it, okay. Because one story can be interpreted in a different way. For example, if you happen to watch a movie, one movie is there, but if you ask to a different person, for example, they have a different vision and they will interpret accordingly. So they will tell you the meaning of that story in a different way. If you will ask to any youth, so he will be focusing more about romance, love, okay. If you will ask any adult person, so he will talk about any other issue, okay. If you will talk about any topper person, so he will talk about any science fiction thing in it. So accordingly, they are the person, and that's why we have, is there text in the class? There is no text in the class, okay. Because when text has been written, it has been finished. Now it is up to reader how they are taking it, okay. and that's why there is no text in the class. What is text in the class is up to reader. Okay, how reader is being interpreted that particular text. Okay, so that's why reader is essential, and that's why this comprehension of unseen passage has been kept as it is, okay, throughout your 10th standard, 11th standard, 12th standard, even in competitive examination. And that's why you shouldn't be underestimating this portion, but you should be developing the reading habit, okay, because that reading habit will determine your future, okay. And if you know these successful person know, at least they are reading 1000 or 100 books in a month, okay. So you should determine what kind of person you want to become. If you want to become something big, to try to build a reading habits and make your bright future, okay. I hope you have understood it, and this is the last unit of our syllabus, and in the next unit we will be, that is also very simple, that is synonym, antonym, and conversion of noun to adjective, okay. That would be a last lecture of this session, okay. I hope you have understood it. If you have any difficulty, feel free to ask. Okay, thank you.